It's past midnight. The apartment is too quiet, the kind of silence that hums inside your ears and makes every thought louder. The wall clock ticks like it's counting down to something I don't want to reach. The refrigerator buzzes in the kitchen. The soft glow from my son's nightlight spills into the hallway. They're asleep. Both of them. My boy is 11, sprawled across the bed like a future teenager, one arm hanging off the side. My little girl, 5 years old, sleeps curled up like a kitten, clutching her stuffed bear. I look at them for a long time, because their peace steadies me. Then I look back at my phone. No messages. No missed calls. No anything. She said she was going to a concert with friends from work. Don't wait up, she joked before leaving. I laughed, kissed her cheek, told her to have fun. That was 6 hours ago. The clock says 0:42. Maybe they went for a late dinner afterward. Maybe her phone died. Maybe I'm being paranoid. I tell myself all of this, and yet my thumb is already hovering over the call button. I press it. Once. Nothing. Twice. Straight to voicemail. 3 times. Still nothing. I set the phone down, rub my eyes, and try to breathe. I've never been the jealous type. I don't want to be. But the longer the silence stretches, the more it feels like a wall between us. I glance around the living room, everything here, I worked for. The apartment, the furniture, the photos on the wall. There's one of us at the park, another at the seaside, and one of her holding the kids while I take the picture. I bought the car she drives, the house her parents live in, the life we share. I wanted them to have everything I didn't. I try calling again. 5 times. 7. 10. My chest tightens. I don't even realize I've stopped breathing until the ringtone cuts off again. I stand, pace the room, sit back down, check my phone, stare at the screen like I can will her name to appear. 14 calls. I tell myself to stop, that 15 would be desperate. But I hit it anyway. The phone rings. Once. Twice. Then, it connects. The screen lights up. For a split second, her face appears. She's laughing. Music blasts behind her, heavy bass, flashes of red and blue. Her hair glitters under neon lights, her hand holding a drink. People move around her, dancing. She looks happy. Too happy. Then her eyes flick toward the screen, and the smile vanishes. Her thumb moves fast, the image cuts off. The call ends. But it's too late. I saw enough. Behind her, I recognized the wall, the metallic design, the sign glowing in the corner. That club? The disco bar we went to a couple of times years ago. The one she said was too loud, too cheap. My hands go cold. I sit there for a long minute, the phone still in my hand, the screen black but reflecting my face back at me, pale, hollow-eyed, motionless. Then I stand. The kids are still asleep. My daughter's small hand has slipped off her bear. I tuck it back under her cheek. She sighs in her sleep. I lean down and whisper, "Daddy will be right back." I grab my jacket. Wallet. Keys. Phone. My chest feels hollow, but my mind is clear in a way that scares me. Outside, the night air is cold enough to bite. My breath fogs as I unlock the car. The city is mostly asleep, empty streets, blinking traffic lights, the hum of distant cars. I drive with the headlights dimmed, hands gripping the wheel tighter than I need to. The longer I drive, the louder the music in my memory becomes, that short burst from the call. The laughter. The colors. It replays over and over, sharper each time. And then I see it. The neon sign burns through the fog ahead, the name of the club glowing like an accusation. Cars are parked along the street. The bass thumps from inside, a steady heartbeat that syncs with mine. I pull over across the street, engine off, lights off. I sit there, staring at the entrance. Groups of people stumble out laughing, shouting, drunk on something I've forgotten how to feel. I tell myself I'm not here to cause a scene. Not to shout, not to fight. I just need to know. So I wait. Minutes stretch into hours. My phone sits on the dashboard, dark. Each time the door opens, the light flashes across my windshield, red, blue, gold. Every couple that walks out makes my pulse quicken. I think about the kids asleep in their warm beds. About the promises I made when I said yes to this family. About how I told myself love could fix everything. The clock on my dashboard reads 2:27. I don't know what I'll do if I see her. Maybe nothing. Maybe everything. All I know is, I can't unsee what I saw. So I stay. Waiting. Listening. Watching the door. And hoping, somehow, that I'm wrong. The night feels endless. The music from inside bleeds into the street, heavy bass, a woman's voice shouting over laughter. Every time the door opens, the beat bursts out like an exhale. Then silence again. Then bass again. A cycle of noise and quiet, like waves hitting the shore. I'm parked across the street, engine off, lights off. My car is a dark shadow among other parked ones. From here, I can see the main entrance clearly, 2 guards by the door, people stumbling out in pairs, high heels clicking against the pavement, perfume and alcohol mixing with cold air. I've been sitting here for almost an hour. At first, I was angry. Then confused. Then empty. Now I just exist. My mind keeps flipping through memories like a slideshow I can't pause. Her birthday. The first trip we took together. The day I bought her that car she loved. The way she hugged me when I gave her the apartment keys. The smile on her parents' faces when I handed them the documents for their new house. I told her, now your family will never worry again. She cried that day. Said she didn't deserve me. I believed her. And now she's here. The clock on my dashboard says 2:43. My coffee from earlier sits cold in the cup holder. I watch a group of friends come out, arms linked, shouting about food. A couple kisses by the wall, giggling. A man laughs so hard he drops his phone. Everything feels so normal, except me. A taxi stops near the entrance. More people spill out. I scan every face without realizing it. Every dark-haired woman makes my stomach twist. Every laugh that sounds like hers makes my throat tighten. I want to tell myself to leave. Go home. Pretend I didn't see anything. I could lie to myself for one more night. But my body refuses to move. Then it happens. At 3:07, the door opens again, and she walks out. Even from this distance, I recognize her instantly. The red jacket I bought her last winter. Her hair tied up the way she does when she's trying to look casual but knows she'll be noticed. And beside her, him. Her ex. The man I used to see only in old photos she kept hidden at first, then deleted when we married. The one she said was a mistake, someone who never treated her right. They're laughing. Her hand brushes his arm. His leans close to whisper something. She laughs louder. I grip the steering wheel until my knuckles ache. They don't see me. Of course they don't. I'm invisible here, like I've been invisible for months and just didn't realize it. They stop near his car. He opens the door for her, like a scene out of a bad movie. She turns, looks back toward the club for a second, then kisses him. It's not a drunken, sloppy kiss. It's familiar. Confident. Like they've done it before. My chest tightens so hard it feels like something is cracking inside me. I want to get out. To yell. To ask why. But what's the point? I already know the answer. They get into his car. The headlights flash on, and for a moment the light hits my windshield. I duck slightly, but they're not looking this way. They drive off into the night, and I follow them with my eyes until the taillights disappear. Then there's nothing. Just the hum of the streetlights and a couple of drunk strangers still laughing nearby. I don't move. Not for 5 minutes. Maybe 10. I don't even know. When I finally breathe again, it feels like I've been underwater. I unlock my phone, scroll through the old photos again, the smiles, the vacations, the way she used to rest her head on my shoulder. All the things that meant something to me. Maybe nothing to her. I swipe to the last picture of us. The kids are between us, smiling wide, their arms around both of us. I zoom in on their faces, their eyes. They look happy. They look safe. I realize I can't ruin that. Not for them. Whatever happens next, they can't be part of this. I start the car, but I don't drive home right away. I drive aimlessly through empty streets. The city looks unfamiliar, the same places, but everything feels different now. When I finally park in front of our building, the first light of dawn is creeping across the sky. I sit there for a long time before going inside. The house is quiet again. The same silence, but heavier. I take off my jacket and stand in the hallway, staring at the bedroom door. She's not back yet. The kids are still asleep. I walk into their room. My son's blanket has slipped off. I pull it up. My daughter stirs, murmurs something, then settles again. For the first time, I feel something strange, not rage, not heartbreak, just clarity. Something inside me has ended tonight. And no matter what happens next, I won't pretend anymore. Sunlight creeps through the curtains before I even realize I've fallen asleep. I'm still sitting on the couch, jacket half off, phone on the table, dead battery. My mouth tastes like metal. My head is heavy. For a few seconds, I don't remember where I am. Then it all comes back, the music, the lights, her face, the kiss, the drive home. The sound of silence waiting for me in this apartment. There's movement down the hallway. Small footsteps. A door creaks open. "Daddy," a sleepy voice says. My daughter stands in the doorway, hair tangled, clutching her teddy bear. I force a smile that doesn't feel like mine. "Morning, sweetheart," I whisper. She walks over and climbs into my lap. Her warmth cuts through the cold sitting in my chest. "Where's Mommy?" she asks, half yawning. I swallow hard. "Still asleep," I lie. Her little hand rests on my cheek. "You're sad." "No," I say, smiling again. "Just tired." She accepts that answer. Kids always do. Then my son appears, rubbing his eyes, already too grown up to ask for hugs but still young enough to need them. Dad, can we have pancakes? Yeah, I say quietly. Pancakes sound perfect. The kitchen feels like a different world, bright, normal, safe. I whisk the batter, pour it into the pan, listen to the sizzle. My daughter sits at the table drawing something with her markers. My son scrolls through his tablet, yawning. Everything looks the same. But it's not. Behind their laughter, there's a void that wasn't there before. I glance at the family photo hanging on the wall, the four of us at the park, me holding the camera, her laughing in the sunlight. My daughter's missing tooth, my son's awkward grin. For 3 years, that picture meant home. Now it feels like a lie printed on glossy paper. She still isn't back. Part of me wonders if she'll even bother explaining. Maybe she'll lie. Maybe she'll cry. Maybe she'll say it was just dancing, just drinks, just a mistake. I don't think I care anymore. I plate the pancakes, pour syrup, and sit down with them. My daughter leans against me while eating, sticky fingers and all. My son tells me about a dream he had. I listen, nodding, smiling when they look at me. Inside, everything burns quietly. They call me Dad. That word alone makes me stay steady. After breakfast, they go to play in their room, and I sit alone at the table. The coffee's cold now. I stare into it, seeing nothing, thinking of everything. I think about my first marriage. How it ended because I couldn't give her a child. The endless hospital visits, the tests, the shame I carried alone. How she left anyway. I thought I was broken. Then came her. She walked into my life like spring after winter, 2 kids, a tired smile, a kind of chaos I didn't know I needed. She didn't care that I couldn't have children. She said I'd already been through enough. She told me love wasn't about blood, it was about choice. And I chose them. I chose bedtime stories and scraped knees, school pickups, birthday candles, doctor visits. I chose to be there every single time they called Dad. When she laughed, it felt like the world finally forgave me. I thought I'd found peace, a second chance life rarely gives. Now that peace feels like a joke I didn't know I was part of. The door opened softly around noon. I don't even look up. Her heels click on the floor. The faint scent of perfume and smoke follows her. She pauses behind me. You're up early, she says softly. I sip my coffee without answering. My phone died last night, she adds quickly. We went dancing after the concert. It was just. Stop, I say. My voice is calm, too calm. Don't. Silence. She stands there for a few seconds. I can feel her eyes on the back of my head, searching for something, anger, forgiveness, anything. But I have nothing left to give. The kids come running in before she can say another word. Mommy, they shout. They hug her legs. She bends down, kisses them, and starts talking about pancakes as if nothing happened. I watch from the table. It's strange, seeing her like this, smiling, pretending, slipping back into the role of mom while the truth sits like smoke in the room. I realize then that I'll never be able to unsee last night. That no matter what she says, something sacred is gone. And yet, when my daughter grabs my hand, pulling me toward the living room to play, I follow. Because she deserves a father who doesn't disappear when things get hard. Not like the others. Not like her mother did to me. That night, after the kids fall asleep again, I sit at the kitchen table with the divorce papers I printed months ago, documents I never thought I'd need. This time, I don't hesitate. I start filling them out. Slowly. Carefully. Tomorrow, I'll file them. But tonight, I'll stay. For them. For the 2 little lives who still believe I'm their hero. The next few days pass like a dream that refuses to end. We eat breakfast together. We talk about school, cartoons, what to pack for lunch. She and I barely speak beyond what's necessary, schedules, groceries, small logistics that make a family run even when the love that built it has collapsed. At night, when the kids are asleep, the silence between us fills the rooms. I hear her moving around, opening drawers, shower running, phone buzzing in the other room. I don't ask who it is. I already know. I think about confronting her. Telling her I saw everything. But every time I imagine it, I see the kids' faces between us. I see my daughter's confusion, my son's tears. And the anger dissolves. I don't want to burn what little stability they have left. On the 5th morning, she tries to talk. We're in the kitchen, sunlight through the curtains, smell of toast, children arguing in the other room. Can we talk, she says. Her voice is small. Not guilty. Not sorry. Just afraid of losing the comfort she's grown used to. I nod, but don't look at her. It didn't mean anything, she whispers. It was stupid. We were just drinking, I didn't think. I stop her. You thought enough to hide it. Her lips tremble. I swear, I still love you. I look at the counter, at the coffee cups, the jar of jam, The mess of everyday life we built together. Maybe you do, I say quietly. But not the way love's supposed to mean. She starts crying. I can't watch. I walk to the living room and sit on the couch. She follows, still talking, apologizing, explaining. Every word feels smaller than the silence between them. When she finally stops, I say the only thing that matters. I'll always be there for the kids. But we're done. She stares at me like she doesn't understand the sentence. Maybe she thought I'd yell. Maybe she thought I'd forgive her. Maybe both. But I don't do either. Because love doesn't die with noise. It dies quietly, the moment you stop trying to save it. That afternoon, I meet with a lawyer. It's simple, no fights, no screaming. I sign what needs to be signed, leave what needs to be left. The apartment stays with her. So does the car. I don't fight for any of it. People would call me a fool. Maybe I am. But I didn't build those things for myself. I built them so the kids could grow up safe. And they still will. I keep the smaller apartment I bought before marriage, a place I'd almost forgotten about. It's old, quiet, and enough. The day I pack my things, my son watches from the doorway. Where are you going, Dad? I kneel beside him. Just to another place, buddy. But I'll still be around. He frowns. Every weekend? More than that, I say, smiling. Whenever you need me. He nods slowly, then hugs me, hard. My daughter joins in, her little arms wrapping around both of us. Promise you'll come back, she whispers. I promise, I say, and mean it. Their mother stands behind them, silent. For the first time, I see regret in her eyes, not because she lost a husband, but because she finally understands what kind of man she betrayed. That night, after they fall asleep, I write them a letter. Nothing poetic, just honest. Being your father has been the best thing that ever happened to me. I couldn't give anyone my blood, but I gave you my heart. You've given me more than you'll ever know. Be kind to your mother. And never forget that love is something you earn by staying true. I leave the letter on their nightstand, beside their drawings, stick figures of the four of us, smiling under a bright yellow sun. I close the door behind me quietly. The hallway smells of dust and laundry detergent. Outside, dawn is breaking, soft, gray light brushing against the parked cars. I take a long breath, hands in my pockets, feeling the weight lift slowly off my shoulders. For the first time in years, the air feels clean. I walk to the car. Not the one I bought for her, the old one that still smells like coffee and road trips. I start the engine and glance once more at the building. Somewhere inside, the kids are dreaming. Maybe about superheroes. Maybe about me. I drive off before the sun fully rises, the city waking up around me. No anger. No bitterness. Just a quiet understanding that some endings are the only way to stay whole. And as the road stretches ahead, I whisper to myself, not in sadness, but in peace. I may not have given life to anyone, but I've lived for them. And that's enough.